Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I, man, here from the Block Runner MetaZone, Rovi, and MScribe, and today we're going to be talking about your bags. Actually, his bags, not your bags.
They could be your bags.
They could be.
And that's what we're all here to do, right? Is to discover our next bagly opportunity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's get started because we got a lot of tabs here.
Yeah, as we do, you know. This is very standard stuff for us, but, you know, like we talked about at the beginning of the year, which was like a week or so ago, we're going to continue on this forever path of keeping our finger on the pulse and trying to identify where the next vector of opportunity, I guess, will stem from, because...
Yeah, this might be it.
Maybe, because one of the things we're personally experiencing is this vibe coding renaissance. It's not even just us, right? It seems like it's everybody.
Yeah, it's like a takeover. It's like a virus.
Yeah, every day
everyone's infected.
Yes, and if you're not, this is actually like something you want to be infected by.
Yes,
right? This is like you're in the streets. It's like, please come and bite me, you know, because if you don't get bitten, then you stay a simple human, right?
Yeah, you're forgotten.
You're
irrelevant in the marketplace.
Yeah, that's what they're all saying. So in tandem of that, if this is going to continue to fester, this ability is like, when does it intersect with like our beloved crypto ideologies / rails / methodologies, whatever, and what are the producible results from that? Well, who knows? That's kind of like the whole point of experimentation, right?
Yeah, that's right. So Jeff here, he says, okay, this is getting absurd. To the moon, degens, go do your degen art thing. I guess Ralph is now a thing that funds Ralph. And so Jeff here is showing his wallet at $5,600 with 41 Sol. So what is this?
Yeah, what is Ralph, first of all?
Yeah, so Ralph is a new plugin that was just released days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's a plugin that you connect to Claude that allows you to kind of iterate on like AI production. Mm-hmm. So AI produces this thing. It looks at the thing it produced. It measures whether it's good enough to move on to the next task. Yeah. And if it's not good enough, it reiterates, and it's a looping thing.
It literally it's just while you're a slump or just not even paying attention, whatever, there's some intelligent entity that's been unleashed on your behalf, just, you know, reimagining what you initially cooked up as a prompt. Right?
It's sort of like hiring an intern. You tell the intern, you know, here's a set of tasks that you need to complete and make sure you do them all.
Is it tasks, or it's more like here's a goal? Like, and then it comes up with the tasks.
No. It's tasks. Yeah.
Okay. So you need to be pretty granular then in your instructions.
At least in this version of Ralph, you have to be very granular.
Gotcha.
All right.
So yeah, theoretically that saves you a ton of time, right?
Yeah. So while you're sleeping, the AI is just continuously working until it completes all the tasks.
Badass.
Yeah. So here's Jeff again. Hey folks, I'm warming up to the idea of crypto-funded projects. To be honest, I do have reservations. I don't like gambling, but whatever's going on here, I really don't know. But it's a path where I could perhaps see the destination being really wild for what I'm building if whomever controls this coin isn't a scammer. So there is these guerrilla tactics that launched a coin on behalf of Jeff here.
Who is the Ralpher, like the initiator of the Ralph. Not he didn't actually animate Ralph as a character from The Simpsons, right?
No.
He simply repackaged the vibe of Ralph. If you don't know the show, he's kind of like the town simpleton, right?
Wait, are the Simpsons like even still a thing? Like, do people know what the Simpsons are?
Of course. So I mean,
really?
I hope so. I don't think we've devolved that far as a society, have we? We're like,
I don't know. Any Zoomers don't even recognize what this is.
Maybe not, to be honest. But who cares? You know, it's still. I think it still strikes a nerve. It's still a meme-y.
I think you kind of pick up the whole vibe of Ralph.
Yeah, you get it, right?
Yeah.
He's the dumb kid, and it's
dominating.
a meme because he's now associated to like some intelligence breakthrough, I guess, some efficiency breakthrough in intelligence exploration.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a paradox, which adds to the meme of it.
Yeah, good lore.
Yeah. All right, so Ralph is a token, if you didn't understand, and it started at $100,000 market cap, and now it's sitting at $6 million. So
it's your standard. It looks like a standard meme coin, right? Basically is. Even though it didn't come from Pump.fun.
Yeah.
came from Bags app, which is like a competitor. But again, with these built-in features, which recently Pump has now like implemented themselves, maybe because of this, they saw like, hey, this is a.
Did they?
Yeah, they changed their creator dynamics to where you can now like allocate and assign where they go.
10 different wallets.
Basically, so if you really wanted to, you could launch a coin like this on Pump.
Oh, I
see.
Like, yeah,
you just direct it to.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we set up a wallet for this dev who has no idea what crypto even is.
Yeah.
But only you can claim it. And here's the interface to do that. But Bags app is like simply, it's like you're hijacking Twitter accounts, right?
Yeah, so it is different than Pump because Pump requires an address.
That's true.
If the vibe coder doesn't have an address, you have nothing to assign it to, and therefore they're not getting paid. So this is more like hijacking somebody's Twitter account, taking advantage of their production in Twitter.
Yeah, it's like he already shows. It's kind of like recruitment, right? If you're like a college athlete scout or something, it's like, hey man, I see that kid over there practicing a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we're out there looking for college athletes on the norm. But you can imagine, right? You want to see somebody who's like consistent and disciplined and like actually doing the little things.
Sure.
Consistently, right?
So streaming, tweeting, explaining everything on Twitter.
Well, that's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're doing that, that's like the next level of a prospect.
Yeah,
right?
I've seen some vibe coder stream vibe coding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about athletes. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's
if you have like a up and coming like high school athlete, and he's like not only is he like athletically achieving, but he's like socially achieving.
Yeah.
That's like a double whammo.
It's true.
That's some NIL value right there.
I mean, that's sort of what Johnny Football, that's how they got popular, right? He was good enough.
Pre-NIL.
Yeah, that's right.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He missed out on so much money there.
He did.
But yeah, so those same considerations, right? Like now we got an app here where you can go out into the social sphere and find those diamonds in the rough and literally launch a coin for them, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a good marketing tactic.
Yeah.
All right, so Dominic here says, already got $6,000 on the Bags app to support me building Starcraft for AI agents. So he's building, I guess, some sort of game.
Kind of.
Or some sort of productivity app with like gaming aspects to it.
Yeah, there seems to be like because there's another app here. It's kind of like focused on the similar experience. It's I guess, I don't know, creating a different user interface experience, but still achieving the same AI vibe functionality out of it. You know what I mean? So it's like instead of interfacing with like 10 to 20 different AI LLMs and different AI apps in order to execute on your tasks and goals, you just string these to little 3D characters and such. And so it's a much more like, I don't know, intuitive way to kind of see like these different interfaces interacting with each other to produce results, right? Yeah, so sort of kind of like comfy UI. Remember the UI where there's like a bunch of spaghetti strings connecting these blocks? Well, now that's a little intimidating for most, right? Sure. This is less so. Yeah, so then you could have comfy UI in the context of 3D where these like little characters communicate with each other. Yeah, you see them like one literally is like, one has like a crafting forge. Yeah. And then another one comes walking over to it with some raw resources, puts it there. It's like, dink. That's like an API call? Yeah. So it's like you're watching an RTS in real time, a real-time strategy game like Starcraft. Yeah. But what you're actually witnessing is like an app being built. Yeah, pretty much. And a live app. Yeah. You need something visual to stream, right? And so this would be it. That's so true. So yeah, this is just an example of somebody iterating in the vibe coding renaissance phase and identifying value in crypto, but not intentionally, right? It was just like enforced onto him, right? Yeah. So is this Dominic the same? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this guy's saying just build and post about some video game that has something to do with AI and they will come. So this is how you get funded, according to Dominic here. Because they're talking, right? Like, what's going on? How are you making money? Yeah, I want to make money too. How do you do that? Yeah, it's like literally just build something on Twitter and they will come. Is what he says. It's like, wow, yeah, it's that easy. Okay, yeah, it's like he didn't ask for this. Yeah, so this app is called, what is it? Ralph. Yeah, Ralph AI. Is this the same one? Yeah, this is the StarCraft one. So what if managing agents felt like playing StarCraft? Yeah, so you get the gist, right? As far as like what it is he's trying to achieve. So he's weaponizing the technology of today, strung together a nice little use case and a purpose for it, and is doing all the right iterative steps along the way in order to grow a community in support of it, right?
Yeah, so this token started at around $20,000 market cap, and then now it's sitting at 165.
Is that the daily charts?
This is daily.
Just a couple days old.
That's right.
Interesting.
Good alpha there.
If you think, but again, it all starts. So we're not rookies here. We understand how these markets typically proliferate. You know, if you're talking, because this is potentially banking on like new sector potential.
Yeah.
You know, AI vibe coding obviously was like Believe's original intention was to kind of like foster a market around this stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't go too well. There's other apps deployed out there like Dev.fun that are also kind of directed to try and channel some of this developer energy into the Web3 space. But
yeah.
So clearly there's a match made in heaven potential there.
Yeah.
Right. But what's required is like some main runner, usually in most cases, like when it comes to NFTs, you know, Beeple had to exist in order for the rest of the world to be convinced, like, okay,
yeah,
we need to be tokenizing our artistry.
Yes.
And then you have like a $60 billion MANIA that follows, right?
Yeah, so you needed a Fartcoin in order to have a meme mania.
Exactly. Or like a whatever. Yeah, Bonk, Pepe, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of gets the juices flowing, gets past the inertia, gets the momentum on board.
Imagine that a Vibe Coder's token reaches $1 billion market cap.
Exactly.
And then what do you think is going to happen with other people who know enough about AI to start vibe coding?
Exactly. You're gonna FOMO.
Yes.
It's like
FOMO build.
Yeah. So in my mind, Ralph, because it has this virality, pretty much every vibe coder is talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You found out about this independently before it was a meme coin.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like if you're like entrenched in like
AI. I was sharing it in our chats. I was like, guys, there's a tool that we can recursively build here.
Yeah, you didn't at all catch on to the memery or like you didn't appreciate Ralph at all.
No, I was just like, okay, they're using Ralph. I was like, all right.
That's stupid. What's valuable here is the tech. You're actually in it for the tech. It's like you're that one guy in the market who's like actually here for the tech.
Yeah, it's like that meme where I'm here for the tech and I'm holding like gold chains and stuff.
That's right. But the rest of us are here for the memes, right? So Ralph is where we're at. But so yeah, that in my mind, I would assume that would have to run to some significant threshold of value.
Yeah.
For like all these other iterations to kind of like, you know, all tides rise together, all boats rise together.
Yeah. There's got to be an example that people strive for.
Yeah, so keep your eye on Ralph in order for all these other, like, these guys to actually have a shot at opportunity, right?
Yeah, so here we have, all right, we've got demo V1. I started developing from scratch, moved to 3JS, and it feels way better experimenting with 3D models. So here's a vibe coder, and he's showing, you know, what you could do with vibe coding with this like 3D side, 3JS side, and he's got a token on Bags app.
Yeah, and he's saying similar things like, holy crap, I used some other thing to try and, you know, fund my development efforts. It took me a month to make 4K.
Yeah.
In just a few hours of launching the shitter on Bags.
That's right.
I've already outpaced that. It's like, what have I stumbled into?
Yep.
So potential is a new paradigm, right?
A new business model. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
All right. So let's see how this token is doing. And it started at 69,000, sitting at 83,000. So, and again, how this works is the volume against this token goes to pay the creator.
Yeah, like there's a fee partition basically, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like what we've been talking about. You know, Zora does this, Pump does this. You know, this is systemic at this point, right?
Yeah. So here's Bags app, and what you notice here is a lot of the top tokens, Ralph, Claude Memory, Nikita, these are all like vibe coding based tokens.
Yeah. Or I think Nikita, isn't that like the product, head of product at X?
Was it? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if he's vibe coding anything or not. Maybe Bone GPT, fee earner. I don't know. You see that?
Yeah, Bone GPT, yeah.
But yeah, like most of these coins are somebody, building something at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, so some of these are verified and others are not.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue here.
It's a very simple interface. Not much to it.
Yeah, it's 2026, and now you can get paid to build in the public with Bags app. So learn more. So all the links will be in the description. Definitely go through this. And next one here, you have been working hard to onboard new creators, builders, and ambitious developers. Now you get paid to do it. Referral links allow you to earn protocol fees forever when someone launches with your link.
So more guerrilla tacticking, right?
Yeah. This style is important. You want people to contribute to the ecosystem, and they can do that by using the referral link.
So what do you think as far as this model versus Believe, right? We saw Ben build his app, his launchpad, in more of like a personal curated process, right? Like he had a bunch of Y Combinator dropouts.
Well, I think there's a place for that kind of stuff because it's a curated launch mechanism where project teams who are building, semi-serious app,
they kind of understand what they're getting into.
They know what they're getting into, and they don't have enough to get like traditional VC funding, but it's still a viable technology, app or market that they're addressing.
Yeah, I think their most successful launch is Claude, which we talked about before. I think in total they've accrued at least $4 to $5 million in fees.
Yeah,
the project themselves that launched from Believe, so that's pretty significant.
Yeah,
that's a healthy seed round,
more than healthy.
Maybe even a Series A in most cases, right? So that was completely independent of any VC involvement. It is a demonstration of why Web3 Rails can lend some sort of value to the overall economic outlook of humanity, right? Like that's important stuff.
I totally agree.
But yeah, like this is a whole different style to achieving essentially the same means.
Yeah, one is curated, the other one is more permissionless, and there's viabilities in both types of markets.
Right. Yeah, totally agree.
All right, so we got another one here. Says, hey, Finbags, can you remove our company? I don't want any of this money. Please donate all to this nonprofit. Thanks.
Damn. So that's interesting. Somebody rejecting money, dude. You never thought you would see that day.
Yeah, so this guy's getting 100% of the royalties. He's earned $800, but he wants nothing to do with it, which is okay. I mean, this is what happens when people launch tokens against your Twitter account.
Without your permission.
Yeah, I mean.
It's like, I see there's some degens out there who like what I'm working on, I guess, but, me accepting this residual, it does kind of like enter you into a new realm of considerations and perceived responsibilities, right? Because you embracing this donation, if you will, or earnings, is like you're in the game now. So you got to be pretty persistent with your interactions with the space in order for you to see a continuation of value. Right?
Yeah, he might have like a completely different just
doesn't care.
Yeah, design for this.
But nonetheless,
Yeah, so people can launch against your own Twitter account. You don't even have to be a vibe coder. You could just
It's true.
You just launch. Like someone has a very attractive Twitter account. You just launch against it and
it's just for right now that's the nerve that was strucketh, right? Because of the perfect intersection of happenings, right?
Yeah. So we have a question here. It says, can someone explain what is going on with all this crypto stuff? And this guy succinctly puts it together. It says, well, simply, if your project or startup looks promising, is a fresh iteration and innovation, and has a chance to be industry changing, the crypto bros will try to support and fund the creator in order to increase the probabilities of its success by giving the creator funding. Believe it or not, if the project gets big enough, VCs might get interested and help take the project to another level.
Yeah, I think this pretty succinctly explain the situation here. If you're a vibe coder enthusiast, but you've more so only seen the headlines of crypto related things, you tend to have a negative perception.
Yeah, there's a negative connotation when someone asks you, hey, what do you do? It's like, I do this crypto thing, and they're like, oh, so you're a scammer, huh?
Damn.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah, it sucks.
That really hurts there, dude.
Yeah. So I just tell people I'm in finance. They're like, oh, that's cool.
Also a scammer. It's like,
are you the one making everything more expensive? It's like,
That's
I
right.
guess.
I'm the one charging 35% on your credit card.
They're like, oh, so
Fucker.
you're a scammer, huh?
Yeah, get used to it, guys. We live in a world of scammery. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, so you might have that negative instinctual perception. So there's a little bit of like a barrier you got to traverse in order to like embrace this, you know. And one means to bridging that gap is it's money, it's bags.
Yeah.
It's like
Everyone needs money,
it's
dude.
a lot easier to convince you crypto's not such a bad thing if I show up with like 10
Sure.
G's.
Sure.
It's like, here's a bag.
Yeah.
These guys over here in crypto land, these maniacs,
Yeah.
if you will,
They produce it for you.
are you willing to accept? That's the question for humanity.
Yeah. What price do you put on your vibe code?
Yeah.
All right. So this guy says, okay, I get it now. Someone makes a coin for a viral project on Bags app, in this case, Mockley. Creator of the project gets all the fees, so they profit from more trade volume. Creator posts about the coin. Price goes up, profit.
Another succinct wrap up.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a vibe coder out there and you're wondering, you know, what to do about it, simply get your X profile going, you know, build in public,
Yeah.
and just try and ping the awareness, I guess, of the crypto community, and they will come, apparently.
Yeah, I wonder what the rules are for launching on somebody else's Twitter account. Like, what if you give some of the fees to yourself? Like, I get 10%, you get 90%.
As like a finder's fee?
Yeah, can someone else just launch on the same Twitter account?
Like multiple coins?
Yeah, if I'm getting 10% and you're getting 90, you're getting gypped 10%, right?
Yeah,
So you'd rather support the token that gives you 100%.
I would. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, I guess, of like understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to support whichever one, again, shows up with the biggest bag,
Yep.
I would imagine.
Well, yeah, not only that, probably only one token, and it's probably 100% goes to the
Yeah,
Twitter owner. So
for sure. Yeah, I mean,
that's why they implemented affiliate fees.
Exactly. Yeah, so you get some sort of get for being, again, the curator here. So maybe this is Curator Capital Markets, a new
Ooh.
angle to it, right?
Yeah, CCMs.
So, yeah, you got creators, you got collectors, you got curators.
Wow. Quite the economy there.
C cubed.
CQDEMs.
It's getting pretty clippy out here, dude. It's
Yeah.
pretty weird.
All right, well, so hopefully this wasn't too complicated. I mean, this is pretty straightforward stuff being applied to vibe coding.
Yeah, and keep in mind, crypto, even though these things are happening, crypto sentiment is objectively at its lowest point for the last 5 years. I think like YouTube viewership is
All-time lows. Congrats, guys. If you're listening, you're the long-standing, die-hard believers in crypto.
yeah, man.
You're here for the tech for sure.
You're here for something. There's so many options out there.
They're waiting for our OnlyFans, dude.
Yeah, something. I don't know. But hopefully this is it. But again, this is when you want to be paying attention, actually, because things happen when,
I'm
nobody's
surprised.
looking.
Exactly. I'm surprised. How is like YouTube viewership all-time lows when this is the time you should be buying? It's kind of weird.
That's perfectly as it should be. But luckily, we're still here producing for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. We're still here, dude.
We'll see. 6 months from now, if this, what's it called? Ralphing? Like Ralph's at like a 500 million market cap or something. It's like, oh man, I'm glad you guys didn't pay attention to those YouTube metrics and like stop making videos.
It's true. Yeah, this could be another one.
Could be.
All right, guys, that's it for us. If you have any questions, please put in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.